Emergency update. Drew may have gone too far, and WWE could pull him from Cody's WWE title match, Three Stages of Hell. And if Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins are right that their contracts could be their last, the WWE is running out of time to build the next era. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is an emergency. Drew may have gone too far. WWE could pull him. Roman, Cody, Seth, running out of time. And that is just the start, viewers. That is just the beginning of this video. The urgency is absolutely real. Tonight, viewers, we are connecting the dots because all of this really comes into one story. Control of schedule, control of the locker room, control of the narrative, and control of who stays on top in the WWE in 2026. Now, guys, it's so important, so crucial to hype the video, like the video, become a channel member, donate below with a super thanks donation to help keep and make sure I remain on this website because without you, there is no show and view. Without you, there is no foundation. Here is what we're going to be covering, and here is what we're going to be hitting specifically. WWE's brand power is somehow, some way still alive despite the very high ticket prices. Everybody keeps saying that live events and house shows don't matter anymore. Yeah, they don't matter until WWE decides they matter. Because when WWE loads the card with the right names and make it feel like a premium show for local fans, they can still turn a market into a massive gate. That tells you WWE's brand power is alive. It's just getting more selective and not weaker. And that's the key word, selective. When a company gets selective, it means that they're protecting something. Skipping Madison Square Garden, the WWE not going into their backyard. They're home away from home. The Mecca, New York City, and WWE go together like a fine wine, like peas and carrots. But MSG was tradition for the WWE. So when WWE skips the holiday MSG show last year, 2025, it's not just a date change, it's a philosophy change, guys. The message is nothing is sacred if the strategy says move. WWE is clearly running leaner, fewer dates, stronger money nights, more special live events, less weaker and fear and tear, less wear and tear. But the downside, pressure rises everywhere else, and that's when things start breaking. We're talking about a monumental exit, a huge release from the WWE, according to those in the know. And yes, we are going to dive more into the whole Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes WWE title situation a little bit later on because it is crucial and it is breaking at this hour. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the news, remember to become a channel member today. Brinley Reese posted an emotional message. She is closing the chapter on her WWE career after health struggles and an injury that required surgery. And no matter what anyone thinks about pushes, this is the reminder. The pipeline is brutal. There is nothing easy about WWE. Sometimes stepping away is the smartest move a person can make. That's the human side. Now we pivot to the opposite side. What WWE is turning a feud into something ugly on purpose and maybe dealing with the consequences that they quite frankly did not anticipate. They did not expect. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes goes too far. The pull from the WWE title. What is going to happen? Is Drew going to be canceled? Null and void from the 3 stages of Hell match? Will there be a replacement for what Drew McIntyre has done, for the levels and lengths that Drew McIntyre has just seemingly brought this to an whole nother level it didn't need to go to, viewers? Cody versus Drew is already built like a war. 3 stages of Hell will settle the score. The stipulations that scream violence, WWE wants this to feel like a morning classic. But then the feud crosses into disgusting heat with the bus incident. Drew addresses it, and the conversation shifts from, this is the hottest feud in WWE, to, did this just become a PR problem for the company? And that's the exact moment that the internet always does this. It starts asking whether WWE or TKO will step in. So here's the speculation ladder in 3 levels. And this is how you build twists and turns on mic. This is the clean route, ladies and gentlemen. Fine him, security escorts him, Pierce and all this reprimand a segment, forced apology, a no contact order. It keeps the match intact, keeps the heat, and WWE looks like it handled it. However, you got level 2. WWE delays the match to cool it down. If they feel sponsors or partners might side-eye it, Drew gets suspended again. Cody demands the match. WWE says you'll get it later, and they insert a temporary challenger. This buys time while keeping the feud alive. But this has been already going on for a long time. We have seen Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre go at it so many times before that people are saying, okay, this has to be the end. This has to be the finish. We cannot see it anymore. Now, actually, a lot of people are saying this is where Drew McIntyre has to win the WWE title. A lot of people saying Drew McIntyre must win the undisputed WWE title from Cody Rhodes, because it would make no sense if Cody Rhodes won. That's what a lot of people are saying. What are your thoughts? What are your comments? What are your opinions? What way, what direction? How do you want to see the WWE go with this? Should Drew McIntyre walk away with the WWE title, or is this going to happen? This is the nuclear option, and one that everyone is whispering about. If WWE did, it would look like Drew is removed due to conduct. Removed. Cody storms out. I don't care who it is. I want my match. WWE announces an emergency replacement. And now, the watch time fuel, the replacement options. Randy Orton just returned. He's red hot. Momentum is real, and WWE can pivot to a Cody versus Orton instantly. However, that is the rumored match for the Royal Rumble. Emergency tournament reset. A tournament buys time and creates weekly drama on TV. Option C, they turn it into chaos to protect the schedule and keep it unpredictability. Or the undisputed WWE title could be defended at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Now, that would not be the first time that the WWE title has been defended inside the Royal Rumble 30-man match. This time, it's in Saudi Arabia. Should the WWE title be on the line inside the Royal Rumble match? That almost guarantees that a brand new WWE champion will be crowned on the night, as Cody Rhodes would have to defend it against 29 other elite WWE superstars across Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. If the WWE is in control mode going into 2026, the last thing that they want is Drew becoming heat that they can't manage. Now we go into this next big headline, this next big rumor, guys. This one is going to hit hard. Make no mistake about it. Roster instability and next contracts may be the last. Now, we're going to layer this into you guys. Speculation is that Tommaso Ciampa may leave the WWE when his current contract expires. Even if it's just chatter, it adds anxiety because it raises questions about DIY's future, Gargano's direction, and the tag division stability. And now here's the part that nobody wants to say out loud, but it's absolutely the gossip right now. There's a growing belief that Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins have all hinted that their contracts could be their last. Not retirement tomorrow, but that they're starting to look at the finish line very differently. And you also added in that there is no more John Cena. CM Punk's going to be retiring in the next year or two. AJ Styles is going to be retiring this year. And even if half of this is true, WWE has a massive real problem in front of them, plaguing them right now. Because they've leaned way too hard on a small circle of top names and part-timers to carry the big fight feel. Roman, Cody, Seth, and when it's not them, it's usually who can we plug them in as special attractions. Who can we plug in as special attractions? Well, then they go back to, let's bring back Goldberg, but he's retired. Let's bring back The Undertaker. Well, he's retired. Let's bring back Shawn Michaels. Well, he's retired. Let's bring back the Game Triple H. Well, no, we can't bring him back because he's got a major heart issue. So the real fear isn't just Ciampa might leave or Drew crossed the line, viewers. The real fear is that WWE waking up soon and realizing they don't have enough full-time, fresh, reliable, A-level heads ready to take cover. That's why you're seeing WWE curate schedules, protect bodies, and chase viral heat. Because they know they have to build the next era, and they need to do it very quickly and very fast. And that's what makes this Drew Cody situation even bigger. If WWE loses control of one of the few main event programs they can rely on weekly, the whole machine is absolutely going to wobble. Okay? So I want one answer, viewers, in the comment section, because without you, there is no show and view. We do it in stereo. What's the biggest story in the WWE right now? WWE breaking major live event money rights. WWE skipping MSG tradition. Brinley Reese leaving WWE for health. Drew going over the line and the speculation he gets pulled from Cody's match. What about, and you know, you may not see this part as a big deal with Tommaso Ciampa leaving, his exit plans from the WWE, not renewing his contract. and the whole Roman, Cody, Seth last contract gossip that is hitting online right now in a huge way, a very huge way, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about it. This 2026 could obviously change the course of history as we know it, as it will be signaled. And right now, the WWE needs to definitely go back to the drawing board. And you might say, well, Sean, you got Braun Breaker. Well, Sean, you got Austin Theory. And I always said that I see that as a future main event at WrestleMania. In the next 3 or 5 years, I definitely see that as a main event with Austin Theory being built as a face. And then, of course, the WWE, again, have they made a big mistake? Now, listen, it's always great to see legends and icons and Hall of Famers and all those things. But again, you can only go to that well one too many times. And some would say that the WWE has gone over the limits. Some would say that the WWE has worn out their welcome with some of these superstars, some of these wrestlers. And as it is, Roman Reigns has already not been full-time all the time. Roman Reigns has been very part-time for the last few years. And now you're going to see a lot less of Roman Reigns in the WWE. And speaking about breaking the walls down, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, WWE Raw GM Adam Pearce just put it out there. He made a little bit of a little comment, made a little tease, a little shift. Who will break down the walls on Monday Night Raw? Because, again, there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of rumor about Chris Jericho returning to the WWE. Is that something you're interested in? And, again, here it goes back to the WWE, going back to the old stars, the old names that worked. Now, the rumor is that Chris Jericho is going to come back with a completely different character. They're going to go in a different direction with Chris Jericho when he returns, perhaps a new look. So, again, viewers, fans, subscribers, the WWE is going to have to really dial this one up. And then, of course, there's the rumor and gossip that Chris Jericho could be replaced from wrestler to a general manager or a commissioner of Raw or SmackDown. Your feelings and your thoughts on all of that. Because this is where we drive it up, guys. This is exactly where we drive it up for the viewers, the fans, and the subscribers. Now, we also have to bring this up, viewers. Are you satisfied with the stipulations for the 3 stages of hell? First match, a straight-up wrestling match. Second match, falls count anywhere. And then, if need be, an old-school style steel cage match will decide the fate of the undisputed WWE Championship on SmackDown outside of the States. And believe me, the stakes couldn't be any higher for Drew McIntyre. Literally couldn't be any higher. WWE's real motive behind Adam Pearce's Chris Jericho tease is being revealed and unveiled online according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters. Fan was violently ejected from indie wrestling event after striking a wrestler. That is completely out of sorts. That is something you should never do. And again, a fan violently ejected from indie wrestling event after striking a wrestler. There are a lot of rules when you're attending a pro wrestling event. One of the biggest is their fans should not get involved in the show. Unfortunately, for one ACW fan, that didn't end well for them. During an ACW Rumble event, a fan was ejected from the show when he got involved. The one eager fan reached over the barricade and ended up getting ejected for their troubles. The fan was dressed for the occasion. He was not too happy with the situation as he reached over the barricade while holding a scepter, and he whacked one wrestler. This wouldn't stand, and he was rushed in a big way and kicked out. The ACW show was a newsworthy show, as Matt Cardona had to relinquish a title after signing with the WWE, the once former known as Zack Ryder. The Righteous were also there to attend an interesting message to the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the company next, but this was certainly very interesting. This was certainly a warning for any fan who thinks that they want to get involved in the action. The clip only proves that you never know what you're getting into until you're drowning in the situation. And this fan didn't seem to swim too well as it went down, as it happened, as it transpired. What's your take on the situation with wrestling fans striking or hitting the wrestlers, whether it be WWE, TNA, AEW, whatever it may be? There's just a line you never, ever cross. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on the entire thing. Plenty more to come around the clock. I will never stop for each and every one of you because Sean's View Entertainment is the pillar that gives you more thriller, and there ain't gonna be no vanilla. Later.